Chop Robinson, Penn State. Tom, you have the floor. What do you got?
He opened up the season as potentially one of the top edge rushing options. And if you look at like his PFF grade, his advanced stuff, like it still was all really good. I think he played hurt this year and didn't play as many games or whatever. When you watch him, I can see some of the concerns, right? So he's listed as 6'3", 250. That's already undersized, especially for if you're talking about the Bears too. That's not really, again, the prototype that they traditionally look for. But again, he, in my opinion, is probably the most athletic edge rusher of this group. He has some insane, absolutely insane get off. I think he's bendy, right? Like I think he can tilt the edge. He's not maybe like a ghost mover, like he doesn't duck under a bunch of people, but he can get super low and plant his ankles into the ground and kind of get parallel to the ground and turn the corner that way. Like I think that's he. And my comp for him was Robert Quinn, very similar style as Robert Quinn. Again, I don't think he'll ever be like a high-end 3-down player. Like he's not someone you really want against the run. And he still, I think, needs some work in terms of like the technical aspects of pass rushing. But man, that dude has some traits that will take him far. And I'm always willing to bet on those guys. So I'm a sucker for guys like that. I might be a higher on him than most. He's probably my guy that's like right outside that top tier you just mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked him too. I value power probably a little bit more than I should. So he doesn't really have that. But yeah, from an athleticism, explosiveness standpoint, like isn't a guy probably better in this class. Like that first step, man, he gets on those tackles in a hurry, and like he has no problem getting to the edge, no problem bending around the edge. Like really, and like we talk about athleticism, but like there's a difference between like being like a guy who could just run really fast and being like a quick twitch athlete. And I think that's what Robinson is. Like his quickness just in and out of his cuts, like he doesn't lose any speed when he tries to do an inside move. You know, it's just one step and in. So I think I really struggle with him because I really want to love him. And I kind of just like him, you know, like it's just the explosiveness, everything that you want. He converts speed to power pretty well too for a guy who's not, you know, super big. But like if that speed rush doesn't win, he just doesn't have a counter. Like I didn't really see much. Like, yeah, he had a couple like inside moves, but he didn't really use them consistently. But he doesn't really need a whole like bevy of pass rush moves. If he could just develop a consistent, you know, inside move on a guy, like he has enough speed where NFL offensive linemen are going to have to respect that. Like that's how athletic he is. And then if they give him just a step, he should be able to, you know, break inside and get to the quarterback. But he just didn't really do that a lot in college, or at least not successfully. Or if he just had like an inside spin move, something to kind of keep offensive linemen off balance. Right now, he's just speed or nothing. Yeah, the comp I had, so I had 2 comps for him because I did like a ceiling and a likely outcome. And the ceiling I had was a Hassan Reddick, which I don't really love. I kind of like the Robert Quinn comp better, to be honest. But then I put the likely outcome at like a Vic Beasley because I think Vic Beasley, and I like that is like what he could possibly be, which is not a compliment to Chop Robinson.
Right.
He wasn't very good. But Vic Beasley also had, you know, 9 sacks in 1 year or something like that. He got after the quarterback a little bit, but I think that could be Chop Robinson, but Chop Robinson could also be a Robert Quinn, Hassan Reddick, a guy like that who's undersized, just quick twitch athleticism. And I'm going to say it, like, I also saw a little Micah Parsons to his game. Like, it's easy to do that with the Penn State helmets, but like a guy who you can, you know, rush off the edge, but also put him over the center and just let him win with quickness. Like, move him around and be creative with him. I'm not saying he's going to be Micah Parsons because Micah Parsons might be the best pass rusher football, but like, there's the quick twitch athleticism like that you see when you see Micah Parsons line up against a guy and he just beats him like so smoothly and so easily. I can see him developing into a guy like that. Not my comparison, but like again, just the quick twitch athleticism. But he's got a long way to go, I feel like.